Would I be the asshole for dropping out of my friend's wedding last minute? We're both mid-20s females, and I'm a bridesmaid in my friend's wedding next month. We've been friends since middle school. I'm feeling apprehensive in continuing my duties as a bridesmaid lately. I spent lots of time, money, went on the destination bachelorette trip, bought gifts, went to the shower, blah, blah, blah. Things started to take a turn when I let her know my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. I became her caretaker, and it's been devastating. She's my world. Friend knows and knows my mom. 7 months goes by. She doesn't say a word. She doesn't call, ask me how we are, doesn't visit. She lives 20 minutes away. I'm a bit in shock, but I brushed it off thinking she's stressed with wedding stuff. Recently at the bridal shower, before I leave, she says, my friend's mom got hip surgery today, so I'm going to go visit her.
Hip surgery.
I go blank. Maybe I'm wrong for feeling this way, but I felt triggered. 7 months go by, and I never felt that sense of urgency from her toward me. It almost felt intentional. After a few weeks, my mom was doing better, but then seriously backslid. She had pancreatic cancer. It was way more serious.
My gosh.
I've been crying every day. I tell my friend I might be losing my mom and that I want to spend as many days as I can with her. I just want to be with my mom. I don't even know how I could show up to a wedding and smile for 48 hours.
Yeah.
When I tell her, she calls and expresses how sad she is for me. I asked her why she hasn't checked in, and she says she was waiting until things got really, really hard.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
So when my mom dies?
Yeah.
All this has been making me to question the friendship and life itself. I want to be intentional in my time, and spending a weekend with someone who might not care for me doesn't sit right. AITA.
Period.
I like that it's making her consider the entire friendship because that's where I'm at.
And life itself.
This is a funny
Life
friend.
itself.
Come on, yeah.
Well, I mean, I do feel like
Existential.
I relate with that, just as my parents are getting older. Because, you start to see I was thinking about it. This is kind of dark, but I mean, it's just life. I was sitting there and I was like, my dad turned 70.
Yep.
And I was like, this is like not the last Christmas we're going to celebrate, but there's like a certain number left. It's definitely, hopefully 10, maybe 20, and they'll be 90. But it ain't 40. You know what I mean? Like, there's a very finite, countable number left.
The clock is ticking on all of us.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah.
And I do feel similarly. You probably don't get it yet because you're Gen Z. But
yeah, you're 24. We get it.
there is.
We get it. Ew, people are 34.
The more you go
Gross.
home and visit your parents, you're like, dang, life is moving here too. And you are getting older.
You
And
run
it's
out
like,
of time.
knock on wood, it's not this way. But if someone was actually sick, it would be like, okay, I'm focused and
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
don't have time. I don't have time for funny friends. Funny meaning like shitty, by the way.
Yeah, I thought what was interesting here is, and I guess I was curious with you guys, like, I feel like sometimes in a friendship, things can ebb and flow, and nobody likes someone who's like really keeping score, like, oh, I did this for you, did this for me. I guess my thought was kind of like this feeling she got after that happened. It was just like a very clear slap in the face. It was like kind of ambiguous for a second there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it was like, no, I blatantly care about someone more than you.
Well, she said it.
Well, she said,
She was like, I'm waiting until it gets really bad. Or
well, that was her excuse when she was confronted, right?
Oh, you're talking about the hip
I was talking
surgery?
about the hip
friend?
surgery,
Yeah.
right? She's
That's
like,
weird.
Yeah. And so I guess I was curious, have you guys ever had a moment where a friend just said something and you just knew, like, it just hit you so wrong and you're like, oh, like I wasn't seeing this for what it was and now I do. Just like too far.
Like they say something and then you're like, oh, this is like what our friendship means to you versus me.
Yeah, or just something that rubbed you so wrong. You're like, that's it. There's really like, this just broke. Something just snapped there. Like something snapped into perspective.
Yes.
Yeah. But you
I was
want
going
to
to say
share
probably, but
it? Probably.
I mean, I'm in a big also space where I'm like, we gotta cut out weird energies and like weird comments like that where it's like, oh, you're going to see your other friend's mom when you know like it's like an immediate. Yeah, I feel like I've had situations like that where I'm just like, okay, I got it. I got your number.
Yeah.
And we can move on from here. But like now you're like this tier friend instead of like this tier.
Separate. What was that hand gesture?
Like above.
tears.
You know?
Yeah.
I have my friends
Friendship
on tiers.
tier. Where am
Yeah.
I mean,
in hell?
in the moon. No. To
Yeah, I feel like this is like a no undo button thing, but I also feel like it was kind of in a way it wasn't a kindness, but it was kind of like, well, it was kind of what she was already feeling, it sounds like, and then it just kind of got spelled out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She was kind of in the land of plausible deniability, like, oh, I think she cares, but she's busy.
Right.
And then she basically just said, like, straight up, like, you're not a priority and your mom's not a priority.
Yeah. But
You
that
know?
seems, I mean, I'm curious to know how this friend actually feels, because it seems, I don't know. Like, why are you doing that? Like, are you a little jealous of this friend? Like, or do you truly feel this much closer to like the hip surgery friend? And you just, maybe she's got her friends on
like,
tears.
sometimes people get weird with like, if you have like a sick family member, they like they don't know what to say or what to do.
Yeah.
But then for her to be like, oh, I'm going to like hang out with my other friend whose mom was having surgery.
Yeah.
It's like,
Like, Jesus.
so you are fine with like supporting people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless like cancer is particularly triggering.
Maybe.
But
Yeah.
you kind of have to say that, I think. Or
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like sometimes a friend, you know, you think it's one way, you see it another way, and that's it. I don't know.
have you had a situation where you have a friend say something that you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I've had a friend say something, and I was like, okay, this is not gonna work.
Yeah.
This is not gonna work.
Yeah.
I was like, we're just not gonna be able to get past that. I can already tell.
Did you tell them in the moment, or you just like filed it away?
I was just like, I think it's over, and I just kind of, you know, faded out.
Ghosted.
Yes.
Not ghosted, but just kind of like, I was like, I don't want to have a conflict about this. I don't want to work through this. I just kind of know everything I need to know.
Yeah.
So you didn't say anything, or did you?
I didn't really say anything. And they even apologized for it. But I was like, it was just that you said it, though.
Yeah.
You said what you said. There was no undo button. And I was like, that's what you really think, isn't it? You're sorry that you said it, because you didn't want to necessarily say it, because it wasn't a good thing to say.
Really?
But I was like, that is what you think, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that it was interesting. The apology didn't actually say, what they said was like, you need help, you know, you need help. Like, I need therapy or whatever, like that kind of energy. Like, I'm mentally sick. And I was like, yeah, you really think that. And if you really think that, yo, that's fair. I mean, you're allowed to think that.
But that's how you
But
feel.
I was like, what am I going to argue with you?
About this.
Hey, you think that, so we shouldn't be friends. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a no undo situation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because
So.
I know you're true.
Yeah, I mean,
Feelings.
that is kind of why. I mean, look, I think this is not all friends are for this. Let me say that. I feel like some people would want to say that, but like the fact that she knows the mom to me is a little weird. Like if I knew someone's mom, like not that I met her once, like I knew her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would, oh my God, I think
Absolutely.
over the course of months, I live 20 minutes away. I think that
20
would come up.
minutes.
You know, I mean, I don't have a car here, so 20 minutes by car is kind of a stretch. But I would go with you at some point, maybe.
I would definitely pull up at some point.
Yeah.
I would bring something.
Yeah.
Even if I didn't know the mom, probably. If you were like my friend and I knew your mom was going through that, I would still show up in some way. So this girl's kind of wild.
Wild.
Even with the wedding planning, I don't think that's enough.
Yeah, everything else aside, even like the everything after that, just like not showing up to begin with is crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think crazy, but I know you didn't mean it like that. But like,
Yeah, like what?
well, not crazy. It's just like I mean, I feel like
Wild.
she's just saying like she's really just communicating like I don't care that much about you. I'm not willing to put in. And so I feel like OP's reaction is kind of like the same. It's like, yeah, you're not willing to put in effort for me and toward people I care about, and I'm not willing to do that for you. And that's actually healthy.
True. That's true.
That's not bad.
And we can both just do what we need to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to not go to your wedding.
Yeah.
I don't think it really matters if the wedding's like close or whatever else she was worried about. It's like, it's okay.
You don't want to go.
Yeah.
So
It
don't
sucks
go.
that she already spent all the money on it, though. Didn't she say in the beginning?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, she went to all the things. But
I
I'm
guess
like,
for her, she's like, I don't care.
Give
That's
me a
worth it for
refund.
me. Yeah. Or not. I just want time with my mom.
yeah, well, a wedding to an extent is, you know, a celebration of the person's future and stuff. And I feel like this person kind of communicated with you like, you know, this is kind of a one-way thing.
Yeah.
You care about me. I don't care that much about you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So why would I don't want to be at that person's wedding.
Yeah.
If you don't want to reciprocate. I mean, I feel like closeness is cool, but it does lead to like heavier splits,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. It's tough.
right?
Yeah.
It's like not a big deal if your acquaintance is like, bye.
She said they've been friends for 15 years.
Yeah.
Damn.
Crazy.
It's long.
That's a long time for her to be being so
For
weird.
her to not care that your mom has cancer.
Yeah, or not like address it, acknowledge
I mean, yeah,
it.
she probably knows the mom 15 years. I mean,
Yeah.
God, it's probably
20
like
minutes
dozens
away.
of memories,
Yeah.
you know?
And waiting till things got hard is nuts.
Really hard.
Really hard.
That's a terrible excuse.
That's insane.
I mean, that's just someone who has an excuse for everything.
Yeah,
Mhm.
right.
How bad does it have to be? She's like, life support? Is it still beeping though?
Yeah, exactly.
That's not that bad. Come on.
Yeah. Can I get a death certificate?
Yeah, let me
Okay.
know when she's dead.
Yeah.
I think it's asshole-ish. I mean, I think it's asshole-ish to like, I feel like this person was probably, it's maybe not here written out, but like taking advantage of this, right?
Mhm.
Like if someone's coming too strong on you, I think this is a very mature thing to do. Like if someone's giving you more than is appropriate and you're not willing to give them back, I think you got to rein that in a little bit. I think that's what an emotionally mature person does.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Mhm.
So you feel like she was giving her friend
Yeah,
more?
I think
Well,
so.
the one with the mom.
The one with the mom who's sick was giving this OP,
Mhm.
who wrote the situation,
Uh-huh. Yes.
was giving this friend more than the friend was willing to give back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And obviously that can happen to an extent and it can balance out.
Yeah.
But I just think with time, like you eventually have to kind of call someone out or just like set boundaries because that's not fair to the other person either.
Yeah.
Really. I think that's what mature people do.
I do think that takes a level of self-awareness, though, that I wonder if this girl has.
It's a big ask.
It's a big ask for you to know that I'm giving more.
Yeah, like for instance, one time someone volunteered to clean my house for me. I wouldn't feel comfortable.
Like a friend? Like an acquaintance?
Yeah, an acquaintance.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
I mean,
You said no.
Yeah, I was uncomfortable. I was like, no, of course I would never let anyone do that
Yeah.
Because I would never clean your house.
because I would never clean your house. That's it. I would feel that obligation.
Okay,
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest. I was confused the last 5 minutes. I get what you're saying.
That's, you know what? I'm really impressed because there was probably a lot of confused listeners.
I get it now, though. I get
You
what
know
you're
what I
saying.
mean?
Yeah. So like,
Yeah.
you should take a step back as the person who's not giving as much, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Or yeah, like, or just like be conscious of it,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Because like, I don't know, there are doormats in this world, but like
Right.
it is still fucked up. Like,
Yeah.
don't dance on a doormat. Like that's a human being. Like,
Yeah.
you try to be aware of it,
Mhm.
you know, because like it's not appropriate and it's
Yeah.
shitty. And that person will hate you eventually. They'll get walked on for a
Yeah.
while. But like that's
then
no
resent.
good.
Yeah.
It's true. And I think about that more for like romantic relationships, but it's true in friendships.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's easy to like conceptualize, right? Like women don't generally want to let the guy pay if she's not into him, right? Like that's an example of this because she's like, she doesn't want to feel that reciprocation.
Yeah.
You know?
Obligation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
Very true.
But it's true with friendship.
I mean, I think when you're getting to know people, it's fine because like I'm going to invite a lot of people to like parties and casual things. I'm not going to be like keeping score. But eventually, if I invite someone to like 5 things and I'm not seeing anything back from them, yeah, I'm going to start to be like, you know, why do I even fucking keep that person around?
Mm.
You know?
What do you mean back from them? Like
Just
they invite you to
eventually
stuff?
I'll track it. Yeah, invite me back to stuff
Yeah.
or just show up or make me feel like something.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
it's
yeah.
a big
Like
enough
they're in
difference,
this.
it'll register.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's not like I'm not like I don't got a
One
It's
for
not,
one.
it's not
like
each thing.
Yeah.
Crystal gave me 2 cookies. I invited her to one game night. We're gonna create an equation here. She's in debt by 0.4 cookies. But it's just like a vibe where I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, like you literally are someone who will always come
Just
to you'll just take.
Yeah.
You'll just take.
Yeah.
And you got to rein that in because it's like, well, why? If you're just
Yeah.
going to take, who do you think you are, bro? Well, find someone else to take from.
That's true. I've also had
So true.
situations where I feel like people are takers, but they will give me as much back. But I don't want to give as much. So then I decide I need to pull back. Does that make sense?
I'm feeling like Pluto right now. What does that mean?
Wait, I'm kind of
Almost.
grasping what you're saying. You're saying like
yeah, okay. Because some people aren't just takers.
yeah.
Like they are willing to give. Like I have some friends who I feel like I had to say, okay, like you kind of have to be an acquaintance because they will ask a lot of me but they would also give
Yes,
me
I see what
anything
you're
I
saying.
needed. But I'm like, I would never ask you
To do that.
to do that.
Can we get an
though.
example? Just to, I think I catch your
I
drift.
get what you're saying.
I had one friend, and this was a long time ago, but she like wanted to go to I feel like she was just maybe kind of like a more high maintenance friend. So I think she wanted to go like for an international trip for her like 25th birthday or something like that. And I was like, that's like a crazy amount of money for me right now. And I just don't want to do that. And I could tell it like really rubbed her the wrong way. And when I thought about it, I was like, if I had probably asked her to go somewhere for my 25th birthday, she probably would have moved heaven and earth to do it.
Yeah.
But I would not ask that of you.
Mm-hmm.
And so it just means we're not like matching up as friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you need more than me or something different. And so I feel like it's on me to be like, oh, okay, we have to be this
That
level
makes
of friends
sense.
then. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Okay.
that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know,
great.
it doesn't have to be ugly either. I mean, that's taken me a long
Yeah.
time to realize. It's like, yeah, some people you don't really want to be really close friends with.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nice here where it's like we're this level of friends. Not everyone has to be your bestie.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, I don't want to be having to do stuff really for you. You know, let's keep it chill.
Let's keep it chill.
Let's keep it chill.
I want to do some stuff for you, but like not
Yeah.
too much.
Would I be the asshole for dropping out of my friend's wedding last minute?
I'm gonna read this one.
I think
Oh,
that's
this
the
is
one we already did.
okay.
That's, you just got downgraded to acquaintance.
They're all about weddings.
Yeah, I think in this one I am at not the asshole and the other person is. Though I'll admit, almost part of me does want to say no assholes here because I'm kind of like, she just told you what it is. And it's probably been that way for a while and you didn't want to see it for
Yeah.
what it was.
Yeah.
But I do think it's shitty. I feel like she was led on, you know, to an extent. This person walked on her a bit.
I think so too.
I think it's not the asshole and she is. You guys with me?
I'm with you.
Yeah.